Hello and welcome to TMI with Aldous Tyler for Friday, October 4th, 2024. Coming to you, as always, from beautiful Madison, Wisconsin. And October 4th, you might be noting, hey, Aldous, that's just about 31 days, a month and a day or so away from Election Day. And you'd be right. We are in the final stretch. We just this week had the vice presidential debate, which, unless Trump decides to grow a pair and try another debate with Harris, is going to be the final debate of the election season. So this is it. We've got, again, the final stretch on the way. Absentee ballots have already been mailed out to a number of folks here in Wisconsin as well as other states. Early voting is set to begin very shortly. But, you know, as we discovered a couple weeks ago when I had Greg Palast on the air here for a special conversation and interview, it's not so much the voting. I mean, that's important. Get out and vote. But we got to be very aware of the atmosphere in which our votes are being counted. There are some tricks up people's sleeves. And interestingly enough, Norman Stockwell of The Progressive has helped me, as well as a few others, reach out to bring Greg Palast in to the Barrymore Theater coming up here Thursday, October 17th. And so joining us today to discuss this is Norman Stockwell. Norman, welcome to TMI.
Thank you very much. Very happy to join you here. And yeah, it's great to have Greg Palast coming to Madison. Of course, he's been here a number of times over the years, and this is a topic that Greg has covered extensively. He's an investigative reporter, currently based out of California, but reporting for Democracy Now!, for the BBC, and so on. And he's covered elections for more than 2 decades now. He did some groundbreaking investigative work on the 2000 election and the voter purges in Florida in the lead up to the 2000 failed recount of the votes for the election between Al Gore and George W. Bush. And he's covered elections in 2004, 2008, and so on and so forth. This latest investigation that he's been working on for a couple of years now is really, really shocking and groundbreaking. And it's all in this brand new film, Vigilantes Incorporated, America's New Vote Suppression Hitman. And it's talking about, in particular, there's 40,000 people that have been deputized as vigilantes, basically, to challenge the votes, mostly of African Americans in the state of Georgia and elsewhere in the Southeast. But this particularly focuses on Georgia and Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia. And this is the film is brand new. It just came out a week or so ago, but it's going to premiere here in Madison on Thursday, October 17th at 7 p.m. at the Barrymore Theater. And Greg Palast is going to be there to do a Q&A following the film. So it's a really exciting event, and we're glad to team up with you, Aldous, to make this event take place.
Well, it's my honor and my pleasure. The thing that I wanted to make sure happened was, so Greg was very clear that he wanted everybody who could to be able to see this work before Election Day, so they were aware of what was going on. And he noted in the interview with me a couple weeks back that there are shenanigans happening here in Wisconsin that are related to what we're talking about, because the Vigilantes, if you were, the 40,000, aren't just concentrated in the state of Georgia anymore, but there are those here in Wisconsin to challenge votes as well. And so I felt it was very important that we got this out to as many people as possible. And how better? Maybe you don't have a big screen TV to stream things for your friends and such, get and host a watch party. Fine, come on down to the Barrymore on the 17th, Thursday the 17th. We will have it going. I believe it's a 7 p.m. showtime. Is that right?
That is correct, 7 p.m. And, people are invited to come and hang out a little before, and there'll be DVDs of the film available too, so people can take it home and share it with their friends and relatives who aren't able to attend the live event. But I want to say that this is, as we said, it's a groundbreaking investigation in this film. But as you point out, Aldous, this is happening all over the country, and the most important thing in an election is that people get to cast their ballots, and the side that is trying to make sure that people don't get to cast their ballots is really going into high gear in these last several weeks. The kind of thing challenging people's votes at the polls, challenging the votes after they're cast and collected. We saw this happen in 2020, and we're going to see it happen in a much more aggressive way in 2024.
Oh, yes. And I'll tell you what, Norman, it's one of those things where it's one of the reasons why we have to have as much participation at the polls as possible. Now, to be clear, I'm not going to tell anyone how they should vote. That's not what I'm in the business of. I want to make sure that every listener to my program and every viewer of this video right now has their voice heard. I want to make sure you get enfranchising, get your voice into the process, because that way you are actually represented. Representative democracy isn't representative if you're not there. And so that's what this is all about. We're not telling you who to vote for. We're telling you vote, and specifically make sure your vote is counted. Now, for this particular event that we're talking about, the tickets and such would be viewable using barrymorelive.com. That's correct?
That's right. You can go to barrymorelive.com and you can see the information about the film. You can see some links, and also you can order tickets online, or you can call the Barrymore Theater at 608-241-8864. Or you can just come to the theater at 7 o'clock or a little bit before on Thursday, October 17th. We'll be there. Aldous, you're going to be introducing the Q&A at the end of the film, and Greg will be taking questions from the audience and talking about his work and the investigation that went into creating this brand new film, Vigilantes Incorporated, America's New Vote Suppression Hitman. That is the title of the film, and it explains right there what it's all about.
Oh, indeed. And I can tell you, Norman, I'm actually pretty excited about the Q&A session because, as I understand it, we're going to have note cards that folks can write their questions down on, and then they're essentially going to be helping control, if you will, a live version of TMI with Aldous Tyler. Yeah, I will be reading their questions to Greg, and Greg will be responding. So basically, if you want to see an interview with Greg Palast, and you think that maybe in past interviews I've had with him, I missed a vital question, let me know. Put the question down. I'll ask him right there in front of you.
That's right. And Greg's very amenable to having conversations out in the lobby, too, afterwards, so people will get a chance to talk to him in an informal way. And also, as we said, there'll be DVDs there of the film, so you can get a copy and send it to your uncle or your aunt or a friend that you know who maybe needs to see this information.
Absolutely. The other thing, too, I got to say is that, when it comes to being amenable to having conversations with just about anybody, I can't think of anybody who fits that more than Greg Palast. He's willing to go into conversations with in situations that are honestly not safe, but it's because it's important to get the information out of the people who are in those situations. He's gone and interviewed people who are right directly involved with this vigilante movement to try to disqualify voters from having their vote counted with their guns sitting right next to them or in holsters on their hips. He doesn't care. He's right there talking to them anyway. So I'm just saying, he's absolutely approachable. Palast is a 100% top-notch investigative journalist. He's not afraid of talking to anybody.
That's right. And you see him in the film actually getting chased out of the house by one of the people that he's interviewing when he starts asking those tough questions. The other thing that we should mention is if people want to see more information about Greg's investigative work, he has a very fine website, gregpalast.com, and you can go there and read a lot of the the work that he's been doing over the years. And also our website, progressive.org, the Progressive Magazine, always has new and important information about this electoral season. So I encourage people to check that out as well. Absolutely. But please come to the Barrymore on Thursday, October 17th, 7 p.m. for this live screening of the brand new film Vigilantes Incorporated, America's new vote suppression hitmen. It's brand new. It's a breaking story, and you can be one of the first people in the country to see this as it premieres here in Madison, Wisconsin. 608-241-8864 is the number at the Barrymore Theater, or you can go to the web barrymorelive.com for more information.
Right. And I do want to make sure to impress upon people, too, the reason why this may seem like short notice. You're like, wow, just less than 2 weeks to hear about an event like this. We have to get this out there before Election Day. It is vitally important that you know how to protect your vote so that you can actually have your vote counted come November 5th. Now, one moment while I go ahead and do something which a lot of my listeners appreciate, but a few get annoyed by, but too bad. I'm going to make sure to spell out some of those websites because, again, this is going out audio as well as video. So gregpalast.com is GregPalast.com. Barrymore Live is Barrymorelive.com. And, of course, Progressive is progressive.com. Check out a can of Progressive soup. Progressive.org.
Progressive.org, yeah.
Thank you, Norman. All right, but yeah, progressive.org. And again, check out a can of Progressive soup. You want the spelling on that? PROGRESSIVE.org. And again, these are all great resources if you want any of that to work out. But there is one more. And this one, I think you can tell the spelling on. It's saveyourvote.org. That is the one that Greg Palast has put together to help make sure that your vote is being counted. So those are all fabulous websites. And again, hopefully, with any luck at all, we will be able to see you at the Barrymore Thursday, October 17th, for the screening of Vigilantes Incorporated. All right, so Norman, thank you so much for coming on today, and I hope that we get to have you on again sometime soon.
Thanks very much. Very happy to join you this morning, and look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks at the Barrymore.
Yes, sir. You've been listening to TMI with Aldous Tyler. We'll be right back.